$10,000, 5 months, one school community. And no, I didn't have a gigantic email list. I didn't have a big following when I started. I built a monetization formula inside Skool without feeling salesy, without feeling pushy, without a huge audience. And here in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how. My name is Lydia Wemsen. I'm a mindset and business coach. And here on the channel, I talk about all things community growth, school growth, business growth, building a powerful business ecosystem. And one of the most important pieces, your mindset. So if you want more, please check out the description. There is a link to a little interactive tool for you to build your community in 2 days to focus on the really important pieces. So build your school community or any other community in 2 days. And there's also the link to my own community, Leadership Skool. It's a free community you can join for free. It's 1,700 members in there. It's a really, really beautiful place. You will find the links to both of those offers in the description and also in the pinned comment. If you like the content here, if you enjoy the videos, please leave a like, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. That would be so highly appreciated from my side. Okay, but now let's get started with the juicy stuff all about school monetization and how I monetized my community 10K in 5 months. And I know it's not the typical 100 months, all the videos about like how I make 100K in 1 month and stuff. No, but it is a really good sum, and it also is a very relatable sum. Most people don't want to learn from people who already make millions because it's way too far ahead. It's way too far. But learning from someone who brought in a 10K in 5 months, this is something that you can also do. So this video will be very, very crucial for you to learn not only the strategies that I used, but actually also the mindset that helped me to implement certain things that I wouldn't have come across by myself. The most important piece I want to tell you that I also implemented in my community was that I started selling early. I started having an offer after 10 days. And it was a very low cost offer. It was $3 then. It was the Community Growth Blueprint. You can still get it. It's $11 now. It is basically the whole foundation how I created such a huge growth in the beginning of my school community. And I started selling then basically from the beginning on before I had even created it. I started selling it and I said, hey, in a few days, you will be getting the first chapter and so on. And this was so important for me and will be so important for you, the starting selling early point, because you have to understand I came from high ticket sales. I made 10K, 20K offers and sold them successfully. I was never until then successful with low ticket sales. Whenever I had a freebie out there, even with ads, and I'm very transparent here, I'm very open, I'm telling you the full truth here, I basically sold 1 or 2. I was never until then successful in low ticket selling. So for me, putting an offer out there and actually starting to sell that, like the first sale for $3 was amazing. Not because I was instantly rich, but because I got the feeling of, wow, it is working. And then I got the next sale and the next sale and people asking me like, oh, is this for me? Should I buy this? And I said talked with them. What's your issues? Yes or no, get it. Or if it wasn't for them, no, it's not for you. So it was very exciting. It created the first feelings of, wow, I am actually good at low ticket sales. Like I can make this work. As I said, I'm not rich yet. However, it is working. People are buying this, and this is so crucial for you in your community as well. You don't have to monetize through tiers or anything yet. You can have a very low ticket offer, start selling it early on, and get the feeling and the motivation of this is working. I'm actually monetizing. I'm actually making money through that. So this was very crucial, and I started this basically from the beginning on. I had a low ticket offer that I sold and then created and then kept creating. I increased the price to $5, to $7, to $9, then to $11, and people kept buying. And I never made it complicated for myself. I didn't have a huge launch. I didn't have fancy pictures or anything. I just created, or I just sold, I created it then. I kept it so that I had the capacity for it because I was still running my one-to-one coaching business. I was phasing out. So I had a full-time business and I was having other businesses as well. So I didn't even have a lot of energy to put into this. And this is for the case for many Skool community owners. They do it on the side. It's a side hustle. They have a different business. They are employed, whatever. And you have to do something that fits into your lifestyle and into the energy that you have. I didn't have full-time capacity for this. And I knew in order to stay motivated, I had to make money with this early on, but also I knew I had to give something to people that they would have skin in the game, even $3, but something they have paid for, they will implement a little more than all the free stuff that you can get out there. And having a community where you were cheered on, like the community vibe was so important as well for people to get going and start implementing stuff. So making money from it wasn't just a win for me, it was actually a win for the people because they had more skin in the game and started applying because they had skin in the game. So this was a huge psychological win for me, and I urge you to not wait too long to start monetizing. And as I said, it can be a tiny offer of $3, $1, whatever, but just to get this feeling of people are actually paying for something. And with this community growth blueprint, you have to understand, yes, I picked something that people wanted. I saw already in the community what people were struggling with, and I came up with an idea for something that I had successfully built already. I had already built a community and was building one with a lot of engagement, a high vibe in there, people being very engaged. So I had something I could sell them. I didn't sell them make $1 million in one day because I had never done this before. I sold something where I had experience, where I was already successful with, and where I knew they needed this because I saw it in other communities that people were struggling with engagement. People were struggling with growing their communities. So I gave them something that they wanted, but I had already achieved. So when you think about a small product that you can create for your community, you don't have to come up with a gigantic thing. Find one thing that you have already successfully done. And even if it's just made the first dollar, lost 1 kilogram, lost 1 pound, whatever, something small, achievable that also the people want. You have to bring those two together, and you can package this into a low ticket offer right now. Every one of you. So this was the first point. I had a low ticket offer basically from the get-go, and I marketed that again and again and again. I didn't just put it into the classroom and, hey, you can buy this. No, I kept talking about it. I added testimonials. I made posts about it. I kept speaking about it. So don't just sell it once and never again. You have to keep reminding people that it's there and that they can purchase it. Then the next thing I created were actually the membership tiers. I only started membership tiers when we had about 600 or 700 people in the community. And then I basically made the promotion that was free until then into a paid offer. So you have to be on the premium tier now in my community to actually promote your community and promote your freebies and anything else you want to promote. So I added the premium tier then. And I also had some people that were basically added in from the beginning on, the OG members that got this for free. So I had a little bit of activity from people like, who already were in that tier. And then I, of course, had many more people because there was already a lot of people who wanted that, who wanted to promote their stuff, and there were not enough spaces for them to do that. And of course, I added the business and the mindset angle. So it wasn't just a promotional group. It is a whole business group. It's all about strategy, mindset, how to build a successful business with the layered in approach of you can actually promote your things, because in most community, you actually can't. And this brought another level of money in, So I sold I made several $100s, perhaps even $1,000. I don't have the numbers in my head with the community growth blueprint. And then I set another layer of at least thousands that I started making through the membership levels. And then I added a VIP level as well with weekly or with monthly calls then. And I started very low with the price, I think at $9 per month, and now it's $99. So basically people came in on different levels. And I also marketed that. So that was the second way how I monetized super early on. I think this might have been month 2 or 3 that I added the premium tier with something again that people really, really wanted. So you always have to find and market something to people, not where you think, oh, this is nice and this is so cool to have. No, where you see there is a pain point. There is a pain point for people. There is something that they desire, that they want, that they are willing to pay for. And this is something you give to them. And then you also add in what they actually need. So you sell them what they want and you give them what they need. So I sold them the promotional aspect and I added in the mindset aspect, because you can promote your community as much as you want. If you don't build your mindset, if you don't change your identity from one, I'm poor, I never sell anything, I'm not successful, into I'm actually wealthy, I'm building wealth, I'm making more and more money, my community is affluent, my community is growing, my community is successful. If you don't make that switch, you can promote until you are 90 years old and it will not be successful. You have to make the mindset and identity shift as well. And this is usually what people don't necessarily pay for in the beginning, because they just want to make money and they just want to be more successful, but it is what they need. So I sold them what they wanted, the promotional aspects, the excitement, all of that. And I added in the stuff what they actually need to be successful. Just for you to think about how can you, what do you have to have in mind if you want to successfully sell certain membership levels in your own community. Okay, now let's get to the next point. I created one-time offers. So we have the 2 other ways how I monetized my community, and then I created one-time offers. For example, I had single coaching sessions that I sold. I had pinned posts, which are basically a 24-hour window where you can send me your copy and your picture or a GIF or whatever you want me to add. And I create a post in my name, but for your community or for your offer. And for example, also I have one lady who promoted, I think, a webinar, and she said she had 10x the amount of signups than she had with Facebook, with MetaAds. So it was super successful. So she paid $22 and had 10x the outcome than she would have had with MetaAds. So that was amazing, So people have a pinned post to promote an offer, to promote their community, to promote a webinar, whatever, a freebie, and it's up there for 24 hours in my name. And because I have a lot of followers on Skool, for example, a lot of people see that post and it's pinned. It has basically my backing. And this is something that I sell in my community. There are usually times when I sell it. I don't sell it all the time necessarily. And you will find it in the classroom if this is something that you're looking for. And I would, for example, once I have more events in my community, I would bring the price up. So just to give you ideas of how you can monetize. So usually it's $22 to have this post up. You pay for that, then you get this post. But for example, if I host a summit, if I host an event or whatever, and I say during this time you can purchase a pinned post, it will probably be $250 to be pinned or to have a pinned post in this time. It will be a higher price point, but that's just for the future, but just to spark ideas for you as well. You could monetize, I didn't do that, but have a workshop, templates, Claude, Codex, whatever templates. There are so many one-off things that you can have for sale in your community as well. Coaching sessions, yoga sessions, therapy, breathwork sessions. You can all sell this through your community. And this is what I did. I created one-time offers. And actually the pinned post, you can purchase it again and again. But I mean, it's a single purchase in that moment. So that was another revenue stream that brought money into my Skool community. And then the fourth way how I brought money in, that was actually super cool. And that was because of the most important piece, money mindset or mindset that I mentioned before. Basically, I was already living in the reality internally, my Skool community is successful. I'm a successful community owner. I make a lot of money with my Skool community. And this is why I got collaborations to work. People started approaching me with ideas on what they could do in my community, because then we had way over 1,000 members, probably 1,200, 1,300. And this is a lot of leads. This is a lot of people. So people wanted to do something in my community. They wanted to get, if they have a community of 100 people, they would, again, with like the pinned post, they wanted the reach. They wanted this like amount of members and have something to show them and so on, or have something to sell to them. So people started approaching me, and there was one collaboration, an unexpected collaboration. Usually I never answer emails, but this one, I'm very honest, I answered. It was one pitch where it was about an auction, like, shall we host an auction in your community? And it was a split revenue thing. It wasn't, we do this for you and you pay us. No, we share, they get a bit of the profit that I make, basically. And I was intrigued, and I was like, cool. I loved auctions because I come from the art background. My family had an art gallery. My mother was an artist. My sister is an artist. You actually see art from her there in the background. And basically, I was intrigued. I loved auctions. We had done auctions as well for our or in our art gallery ones, but also, from the art world, I knew auctions and I loved them and they are fun and so on. And so I said, like, let's do this. And we did this, and this also brought in another chunk of money that was totally unexpected. But because my mindset was open, my mindset was in, let's make money with this community and let's build this and let's grow this. I was open for cool ideas. And usually I don't answer emails like that. When people pitch me stuff and I make your YouTube account better and blah, 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 I just delete them. I don't even look at them. But something, because I was in the vibration, as you would say in manifestation terms, I was on that level internally. I took the opportunity and I went with it, and it created a huge outcome for the community, and also a lot of fun and a lot of promotional effects also for the people, of course, who won and bid in the auction. So that was another way of how I made money. Collaborations created unexpected revenue. So that was really, really cool. And I want you to open your mind to so many different ways that you can't even fathom yet how your community could start making money. So don't look for them. Don't go out there like, oh, what is another way how to make money? Get yourself into the state of, my community is making a lot of money. And then the ideas will come, the opportunities will come, and you will be open to them. You will be able to act on them, because the opportunities are always there for everyone, right now, right here. But most people are not on the mindset level to see them and to take people up on them. And this is the thing. The opportunities are always there. But if you're able to see them or not, this depends on you and your mindset and where you are vibing, so to say. So this was very huge for me as well. And then not so much the last point, not so much about bringing money in, but growing the reach was really that affiliates helped everyone. So affiliates helped me to grow my community, but actually I paid out thousands in affiliate commissions to affiliates in my community. I turned on the affiliate thingy quite early on as well. I think month 1 or month 2, I shifted from the pro plan, from the hobby plan to the pro plan, and turned this on. So that meant I had to pay $99 for my community instead of $9, but I didn't mind. I turned on the affiliate feature, and I had people start bringing in other people and start making money as well through my community. And that is a huge growth factor here on Skool. I would highly recommend you to start doing that, but start doing that once you have your community dialed in and it's on point. And because, it only makes sense once I, for example, can tell someone, hey, this community is about this and that. Go there. That's the place to go. But if it's wishy-washy, if no one knows what it's really about and what it really helps, the affiliate thingy won't help you as much as it could. So really clarity and a clear offer and a clear journey and clear words for your community is always still crucial. Yeah. And the idea behind that is a healthy community doesn't just make money for you. It creates opportunities for everyone involved. And this is totally what Leadership Skool is about. There are so many people winning in this. There are the people winning who pay for offers and who grow their own communities, who learn something, who start to monetize. There is the win for the affiliates who make money through something they don't even have to do, they have nothing to do for. It's actually passive income. And that is, of course, for the community owner who makes money through tapping into the audience from other people. So the affiliate system, of course, is a huge monetization growth factor, so to say. Okay, my lovely ones, those were the 5 things I took into account in all the ways how I started making money in my community, basically from day 10 on, when I had the first feature, the first paid offer in my community. And what I want to showcase you with that is to really start selling early, start monetizing early. There are many ways to monetize, not just the membership levels. I brought in 10K like that without ever, like, it wasn't my main income stream yet, you know, this was basically the money next to my other businesses. And it creates so much motivation, so much joy to keep going once you already monetize and it already does something for you as well. You know, your energy is rewarded. All the energy you're putting into your community is rewarded. It creates such an energy boost for you and so much motivation to keep going. And of course, it offers other people something where they have skin in the game because they invested. And, you know, I also wanted to show you how important the mindset aspect is. When I did this auction, like, I would have never come up with this idea myself, but I was open to opportunities. I had my mindset in the place of, I'm a successful business owner. I'm a successful school community owner. And this was the only reason why I was available for that. And also, you know, I was vibing with it. I was like, let's go with it. Other people are way too scared and like, oh my God, is this working? Is it going to be embarrassing if no one bids? And I had worked through all those things through my business experience already. Even if it had flopped, even if no one wanted that, I would have been fine. So this is the mindset piece that is crucial. Yeah, and also what I want to give you with this video is not just hope, but knowing that you can make money with your community, that you just have to get started. I gave you many, many different ideas. If you feel you can't do this on your own, join my VIP level to get way more hands-on support in the coaching calls, for example. And then we can look at your community, what you need to make it into a successful part of your business ecosystem. But it's totally doable. It's totally doable for you. And this is what I wanted to show you, and also to give you numbers from someone who doesn't make 100K a month and all those big numbers, which is way too far-fetched for most people. They need something that they can apply. And hey, 2K a month from month 1 on is amazing to have something like that in your community, to make real money with that. And yes, you can do that because I did that. I did it without a huge audience because I came from high ticket, as I said, and I only had clients who paid a lot, but I had few clients. I never had an email list or anything else. So I built this without that. You have to understand that. If I can do that, of course I have business experience, I have marketing experience, but I made this from the get-go without an audience, without anything. If I can do it, you can do it too. If you, of course, apply those things that I mentioned here in the video. The mindset piece, the strategy piece, the putting things out there, the starting to sell early on, and the clarity piece, and the piece about what you're offering. If you apply those things, you can start making money from Skool, basically from day 1. If you have any questions, please put them into the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment as well and say something about what you enjoyed, how it helped you. Even an emoji helps, you know, for the algorithm. And if you have questions, if you want other videos from me about certain different topics here on Skool, let me know in the comments as well. And this is it for today. Join Leadership Skool for many more cool things to come and way more support around your community growth and your business growth, actually. Download the freebie that is there about how to start your community in 2 days. And this will also help you if you already have a community, but you're not sure about priorities and all of that. Download that as well. Get that freebie for you as well. It's interactive, it's fun, it's nice. It's in the comments and in the description. This is all from me today. I would say see you in the next video. Bye.